Hey Techno Freaks, Techno Odin here, back again with another part of the custom guide for Mortal Kombat 11 Ultimate. This time, we get starstruck as we dive into the guest characters, starting things off with the last action Dutch Turbo Man himself, the Terminator. Now in my opinion, the Terminator has that Shao Kahn vibe to him. Really, you can suit him up to high heaven, but it won't really improve much. Terminator himself is just really slow. His basic openers are almost double the startup of most characters with similar move properties, making his offense kinda stagnated and stubby. In most parts I call him the Diet Bane, because Bane had a kinda similar issue, but Bane had the ability to counteract this with having armor to certain moves and specials for a short duration. The Terminator don't get that though, and suffers slightly because of it. But what can you do? He isn't really a fast martial artsy character in his movies, so making him a fast martial artsy character in the game would not be doing him justice. So yeah. That being said though, he does have some decent stuff that can take the edge off, in both his pre-pick kit and in the goodie bag of hidden talents. Destroyer is one of the strongest variations out there, and it's all about that mix-up game, giving Terminator the low ground pound to mix up with his overhead strings. Endo Lunge, which is similar to Shao Kahn's Hammer Slam or King's Burning Hammer for you Tekken fans, gives our Kindergarten Cop a get-in tool. No pop-ups, but hey, it covers some decent ground. Then there's Infiltrator Toss. A sweet anti-air that extends combos and adds more to the mind games and mix-ups. Once again, we get another Shiva style play. You get 50-50 mix-ups, you have normal throws and command grabs, and you have a strong anti-air. Really, the only downside is there isn't much reward for those mix-ups. Only Infiltrator Toss has combo potential, and there aren't that many ways to get into that move. So for the most part, you are looking at very little damage payoff for a really strong mix-up game. Dark Fate is another decent build with a few hiccups. Running Man is a really decent get-in tool because of its sheer speed, and it has a lot of mind games and mix-ups in its own right. Just don't do it at full screen, that's way too telegraphed. Running Man 1 has Terminator land a spear that impact-wise I believe feels like if Roman Reigns, Edge, Goldberg, Bobby Lashley and Rhino got together and had a baby, raised that baby to adulthood, and then they all collectively simultaneously speared Christian for funsies. Safe to say this move is bloody good. It counts as a throw so can't be blocked, but will hit crouching opponents so they can't counter this move by that conventional route. Not to mention it has a ball-breaking crushing blow. No, literally, look again. He broke that guy's ball! Running Man 2 is a high punch that's safe on block and is a combo starter in the corner. This move can easily be ducked, but that's where the spear comes in. You think they're going for the uppercut, so you go for the spear. They get wise to the spear, so you go for Running Man 3, the Big Bootski. This mid-hitting kick is just safe on block, has some decent hit advantage, and sends the opponent nearly full screen on hits, allowing you to make another run. Then they have to decide on what you may throw out next. Hell, if they read you're going in for another Running Man attack, you can just cancel the whole thing and punish them on whiff. Seriously, this is one of his best moves when done right. Now the
I'll be back
Breaker is another one of my personal favourite moves, mainly because it's the Bane Bomb with more options. You have the normal version which swaps sides, the forward version that is just the Bane Bomb, then you have the amplified forward that does Sean O'Hare's Widowmaker Rest in Power, which keeps the opponents closer, then finally the normal amplified version which is a straight up Death Valley driver, which unlike Sully Boy, if you do save this one for last, you get a crushing blow that pops the opponent up for some good combo-y goodness. Only downside is it replaces his armor breaking command grab, the Gorilla Press Slam, and that can be an issue for some people. The variation is also let down by the ability Death Grip. Another earth throw similar to that of Scorpion and Sonya, this Austrian bear hug can switch sides if you hold the away button, and amplifying the move will cause a restand up close and personal, to which you can poke, throw, or I'll be back break from. But no, it's not worth the bar. Moving on. Now Final Judgment has one of those pesky double slotters in Rolling Ion Grenade, but to be honest, this is a fair point. The grenade itself has 3 ranges: normal, close, and your runaways. When the grenade meets the floor, the grenade rises up until the inevitable, and if the opponent is hit by the blast, it pops them up for free combos or that breaking gorilla press slam. If they block, you are super advantageous, but the grenade will disperse if you are hit before the boom skis, so treat this as a setup tool. You can also amplify the grenade, making the blast instant and your main combo extension tool. Finally, there's the Incapacitator, an unblockable projectile that is basically Nightwolf's Hannah's Wrath, meaning if it connects, they will lose all meter usage for a small window of time. Better yet, it's faster than Hannah's Wrath and can even be used to end combos. The main downside is it has no hit stun, so your recovery will probably be on par with theirs. Also, it replaces the shotgun, your only zone tool. Honestly, the best way to improve this build is to just cut Incapacitator entirely and add something like Running Man or Cyber Rift for that get-in or mix-up game. That's just off the top of my head. But what I really vouch for is that while Dark Fate the movie can't really be fixed, Dark Fate the variation has some really good options. But the main one I want to go for is what I call Diet Bane. We remove the bear hug and throw that in the trash. Replace it with Infiltrator Toss. Now you have a really malleable command grab with an annoying charge move and an anti-air that will quash that jump game. Seriously, if this dude had some legal way of getting armor on these beauties, then we be full on baning here. But if you aren't a fan of missing out on that armor breaker, replace I'll Be Back breaker with the ground pound. That way you have that mix-up game back alongside one of his better get-in tools. Really, this is my personal favourite behind Diet Bane and one other variation. Now, I'd be insane if I didn't talk about the most anticipated move for these ranked custom variations, and that would be TDE, or Time Displacement Equipment. This ability replaces Killing Machine and allows the Terminator to freely teleport using the TDE, because your law. Really, it's just Jason's teleport from MKX, replacing the fog for wibbly wobbly timey wimey stuff. But I feel this is a big move because of one thing. Terminator is kind of a grappler. And what do grapplers hate? Zoning. Mainly because they need to be close to you so they can, grab you and slam you into next Tuesday. So what's more dangerous than a grappler who can teleport right behind your pew-pews? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. For Cthulhu, teleporting bodybuilders able to grab you in the no-no area is the ultimate nightmare. Add this to Diet Bane or Turbo Time instead of Running Man and you'll really stay cool. Next we have the Joker, and the Clown Prince of Crime has many a skill to give the opponent just one bad day. Clown Prince is all about the puppet, giving Batsy Poo a cancel. It also adds a brilliant parry that is pretty quick and can start a combo when amplified. Also, you can hold the booger down to be extra annoying. Finally, there's Batsy Pew Pew, the best ability of this variation. This is that annoying low projectile that when amplified keeps on firing. It's really strong. Overall, it's a good variation let down by that cancel ability. It's not like other cancels, it doesn't cost anything, but it doesn't really give you anything back. It's too slow to do mind games. Hell, you can't even do the Kung Lao stance cancel throw shenanigans. It's kind of pointless. Ace of Knaves is all about block pressure, but in my mind it's one good move with one wasted potential. Jumping Jester is a really good anti-air/space control move, allowing the Joker to fire a Jester head out of his jack-in-the-box. The Jester can be fired close, medium or far, but for that head to connect on the way down, you'll have to spend some bar. That rhymed. But it's super advantageous on block. Using the amplified version after they block your Anarchy in the air string leaves enough space that they can't really attack you without getting hit. And if they get it, that's a free combo for you. So they will have to block. Combine this with Pop Goes the Weasel and there is a lot of block pressure here. Sadly, this is all let down by the 2-slotter Jack-in-the-Box. And I'm being honest, it's really not a bad move. And at first I thought this was going to be Joker Gas from Injustice. With the one hiccup, it's actually again a space control tool, and the Jack-in-the-Box itself has no hurt box. Which is a shame because this pops up for a combo when amplified. But again, with this, Jumping Jester, and Pop Goes the Weasel, you probably have more block pressure than you really need. Now Madman is your more brain-dead, casual fan-friendly combo build, utilising the 2-slotter move Kapow. This has Joker use his patented Joker Extendy Fists to beat the living hell out of the opponent. Range is really good, like will hit at the start of the match range kind of good, and if they block at that range you are essentially resetting the neutral, making this another good block ender for Anarchy in the air. Even better, the move has a crushing blow for countering or punishing at this range. And you can even amplify the move for combo extensions. Seriously, this move is very strong and is worth the 2 slots it's given. And to be honest, it's paired up with a really decent move as well. Getting Lit is a great setup move where Joker goes all Injustice victory pose and pours gasoline all over the floor before lighting it ablaze. If the opponent is in the gas trail, the attack will hit low and stagger them. The move is pretty unsafe on block, but it has that damage over time so long as the opponent is standing in the flames, kind of like Kano's Molotovs. You can also extend the length of the trail by holding the button down, and when amplified the Joker will just throw the whole can in and pop the opponent up with an explosion. Sadly, it's not for a combo, there's too much recovery. But hey, it's another one of those far knockbacks to make the move completely safe on block amplifies. So that's something. Damage wise though, it's only on par with a jumping kick or a hop attack, so not all that much. It's okay, but the whole build could be better, and this is where we have some fun options. First of all, we'll go the route of just improving Madman, and with this I would replace Getting Lit with Jumping Jester. Like I said, this move is one of the best moves, and when paired with a simple combo machine like Kapow, you can only do good here. But if you want to have that more zone feel alongside some good stagger pressure, Jumping Jester, Getting Lit, and Batsy Pew Pew gives you all of that. Batsy Poo and Batsy Pew Pew alongside the enhanced Pop Goes the Weasel act as your main projectile options. Then you combine the enhanced Jumping Jester for that space control and the staggers. Getting Lit also works here, but I might be on the fence as it's not really my cup of tea. No. My soul is crying for Puppet Parry, because Joker and parries are sort of a NetherRealm hallmark now, that it would just feel wrong. Plus, it works. You have that punish tool for wake-up attacks that can lead into big damage. And then you have the zoning and pressure tools to show the opponent that behind all the guff and trash talk, they're just a little child with a controller crying for mummy and daddy. It'd be funny if it wasn't so pathetic. Oh, what the heck, I'll laugh anyway. Must have been something in the water. Anywho, the prophecy finally realised. Spawn has the flaw of variations missing something or one good skill and fluff. From Hell is one of those. Blaze of Glory is the Sephiroth scintilla of MK, meaning the attack comes out but the startup has a parry mechanic to it. Now the parry is only low, but you get a crushing blow for doing so. What is wrong with me? Amplifying the move will unload a barrage of bullets that sends the opponent to near full screen. This is straight up suicide on block though, but it doesn't clash with anything, so it's kind of worth the slot to me. And then everything else is just kind of bleh. Gun blazing is pretty much the anti-air blaze of glory, designed to stop those jumpers in the tracks. One problem is it replaces Necroblast, one of the best projectiles in the game, so we're already at a loss, and to be honest it doesn't really offer anything else. It doesn't extend combos, there's no fatal blow, and it's just not that good. Then we have Falling Angel, and this is a dive kick and it's not a very good one. Its biggest boon is it has a bit of range, but it does no more damage than a hop attack or a jump kick, and there's no amplification or real options afterwards. Plus it hits mid and is really punishable on block, so it isn't even a good hop attack replacement. Now the one is possibly his most popular rank variation, simply because of, well, yeah. Charging Hellspawn is a 2-slot ability and gives him the dangerous combo extension he was lacking at the cost of his armor-breaking, soul-shattering War Club. And to be honest, the move speaks for itself. It's suicide on block as all moves of its kind should be, and it's annoyingly abusable. Since this move advances so far, you can hit the It's All About Power string from its max range and get a meaty 1-bar restand combo. Seriously, it could be the only skill in the variation and it would still be viable. And look at what we're paired with, it may as bloody well be. Now really, I have nothing against Letha Glide. These aerial halt moves are pretty good, except this isn't all that amazing. Sure, it's okay for that halt, but unlike other moves, it's pretty slow, and really, it only gets use off the Heaven and Hell crushing blow. Not a great move at all, but I understand why it's there. Anything else would be a bit too much. Spoilers, that's what we're gonna do. Finally, we have Hellspawn, and this was my main go-to spawn. This is all about the mix-ups. You have the command grab Hell Chain that replaces Unholy Veil, which kinda sucks, but Hell Chain is a true throw, so it can't be blocked. And you're effectively swapping one crushing blow for another. However, where Hell Chain is most effective is in its amplification. Holding down the amplify button will have Spawn turn invisible. This invisibility is sort of like Melina's Vanish. It has a limited time, gets removed if the opponent so much as sneezes on you, but where the big difference lies here is that Spawn goes for the 200 IQ move and goes invisible before the attack finishes. This gives him all the time he needs to do whatever the hell he wants, and you'll only really know what he's going to do when he does it. This makes everything super dangerous to predict. And considering that 2 dashes in and his Heaven and Hell string look exactly the same when you can't see and the fact that his Hell Chain crushing blow is loaded up when he's invisible, this makes for the chance of crushing blows in the imminent future very real. Then there's Lethal Letha Stance, another stance move. Yay! This has 2 really good attacks. The standard attack is a naughty anti-air that if it catches the jumper high enough, you get a combo out of it. It also makes for good extensions in the corner. Then you have the low attack, which adds mix-ups to Spawn's back 1 game, and once again synergizes with our invisible Hell Chain mode, as if you hold the stance long enough, the amplified low will deal a hefty crushing blow. But in all honesty, this is a noob killer. It's really hard for that level of bait unless you have really conditioned well. Lastly, we have the move I feel lets us down, though some may argue this is better than Lethal Letha Stance. Opinions. This is Raising Hell, another low attack, and the only real reason I can say it's there is so you have the safe mix-up option on block. Yes, it's one of those amplify to keep safe kind of deals. Just everything else about it rubs me the wrong way. Once again, there's no real combo potential and no crushing blows. Worse, it replaces Fatal Phantasm, one of his best, if not the best enders in the game. No, just on that I can't accept it. Realistically though, I see this variation with the most potential, but we have a lot of tweaking to do. So first things first, goodbye Raising Hell. The restand is way too good to lose. Then with that we have a few options, but for now I will add Blaze of Glory. Once again we have another low, albeit still an unsafe one, but we gain another crushing blow and sort of make the poke game a little more manageable. But that's just the appetizer. Really, we all know the main course is to do with charging Hellspawn, because brain dead combo options at the cost of armor breaking is fine when you can just do it again. Then you can put whatever you like. Hell Chain, Lethal Letha Stance, Blaze of Glory, they all work pretty well. But there's one thing I'm really holding on to here that will take Spawn into an all new level of dickbaggery. And that is Soul Forfeit. This is the ultimate go big or go home move. This is the Kaioken or 8th gate of special moves. For the cost of permanently removing one of your offensive meter bars and your moral compass, whatever that was, Spawn can activate any crushing blow he hasn't used without needing to meet their requirements. This opens up a plethora of combo options and new ways to look at the game plan. Now these crushing blows aren't as strong as they would be if done normally, and if you do happen to lose the round, you're pretty much game over because you'll only have 1 bar a meter for the rest of the 3rd round, and you can't activate it again. But who cares, you can take almost half the health in one meterless combo. And if you have the Hellspawn branch like me, replacing Raising Hell with Soul Forfeit adds more peril to the Lethal Letha stance, as now you don't have to wait, you can just get a crushing blow. But realistically we need as many crushing blows to make bank on this. So instead we take Hell Chain away because Unholy Veil's crushing blow combos. Then we add Blaze of Glory for even more crushing blows. Seriously, Soul Forfeit is a Spawn game changer and will make Ice Cream Men run in simplistic fear. Now from one badly damaged hero to another, RoboCop is someone who really doesn't have much outside of what he's already got. What I mean is a lot of moves either clash, replace another, or are straight up banned, that you aren't really left with much else. OCP's finest has the beautiful Terminal Strip, a really quick command grab that sadly replaces his Riot Shield. It carries the opponent closer to either corner when amplified depending on which direction you input when holding the amplification button, and it has a crushing blow when you catch the opponent on a roll, which is why I hate the fact that it replaces the shield, since the amplified version of that has a crushing blow if it parries a wake up attack. We almost had the perfect anti-wake up kit. The rest of the abilities on here are sort of less useful. Active and Reactive Patrol replace the straight and high Auto 9 attacks, and just allow you more mobility in mind games, but it's pretty lame as well. The move sacrifices the extra projectiles for that cancel, and to be honest, the recovery doesn't grant all that much. Upgraded adds a boost to the amplified crowd control cannon, and it acts pretty much like Terminator's Ion Grenade, a timed explosive that leads to a combo on hit. It's okay, but it doesn't give the opponent a lot to worry about. Prime Directive, however, is a pure zoning orientated build, and probably RoboCop's best suited out of the box. Low Auto 9 is his best version of the Auto 9 moves, as he has a low profile when firing and the bullet hits mid, so they have to jump, and because of that low profile, sort of like Melina, if RoboCop lands the bullet while low profiling a high projectile, he gains a crushing blow where he shoots the opponent through their no-no bits. Flamethrower has that easy unbreakable damage option, similar to Scorpion's Demon Breath, but no restands, let's not get too crazy here. Big problem with the move is it's also really unsafe on block, and can be easily punished. Finally, we have the Arm Control Cannon, which replaces the much better, in my opinion, Cobra Assault Cannon, and in turn lets the whole thing down because of it. I'm not saying it's a bad move, it's actually pretty good, it's quick and has some decent mind games with the delayed amplified version. But the Cobra has a punishing, crushing blow up close, and has that annoying if I hit you, you get back to full screen bitch kind of deal. Finally, we have On Patrol, and this is the McDonald's salad of variations. There's stuff there that can be used, just like you can have lettuce on a Big Mac, but that doesn't mean I don't want the rest of the good shit, does it? Chevral Trap, in my opinion, is the only ability here that warrants a spot. The damage over time can control the space, and force the opponent to do something in the big ol' neutral war. And the amplified version can lead to a combo if they stay in the cloud long enough, again making more for the whole reason not to stay there. OCP Charge is his armor breaking move with a crushing blow for breaking said armor. The only issue is, he has nothing to do this with. Anything that puts the opponent in the air will have them break away and on the floor before RoboCop can even get his feet off the ground, meaning this is more of an anti-fatal blow breaker, and because of that, it's the lettuce. Whereas Electric Shield is the onion. There for a little flavour, but can go die in a fire for all I care. The idea on paper is that once the shield is up, every hit RoboCop takes will deal 10 damage to the opponent. Now this isn't 10% of the damage you take, it's 10 HP per hit in the combo. So if you do an 11 hit combo that takes 25% of RoboCop's health, you just traded that for 11% of your own health. No! Now there isn't much you can do to make Robo more loco. Really, you just gotta improve his best variation, and that is Prime Directive. Now at one point, there was a thing where Terminal Strip and Flamethrower was a banned option. So in turn, there's your answer. And it's a good reason. You have easy unbreakable damage with the Flamethrower with some of the best zoning options you can get. Combine that with the tick throw from your command grab and this would be it. But if you're not a fan of the command grab and you want the parry, replace Terminal Strip with either OCP Charge or Chevral Trap. Preferably Chevral Trap because you're going to get more use out of it in my opinion. And with that you have your all-around optimal police brutality. Finally, we have the other guy you can't understand, Rambo. And Rambo is another character with all-around decent builds from the get-go. First Blood has some really strong combo game with Snare Trap, and pairing it with Leopard Crawl adds a lot of mix-up potential. The main downside though is Leopard Crawl's crushing blow requirements are a little too dumb. Both require Rambo to crawl nearly full screen, and that's fine, but it's easy to know what you're going for, and in that sense, his slide tackle is a lot more dangerous. Outlaw is the more zoning heavy build, utilising the very abusable Mace Trap. Who cares if the crushing blow requirements needs 3 to land in a row? This is your best projectile, and being able to choose what distance you can send it really makes getting up close and personal to Rambo really difficult. Pairing that up with the lethal hidden M60 and you already have a hard time getting back in. Now the Claymore does let us down a bit here, but not too badly. When placed down it becomes a real hurdle and allows you to freely zone to your heart's content, and yet I do feel you could improve this setup that wee bit more. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Finally, there's Drifter, and this is your grappler build for the evening, and a pretty strong one at that. This has been dubbed the better Nightwolf build, and it's not hard to see why. This version is almost literally what people wish Nightwolf could be. Commando gives Rambo grapple extensions to his back 3 and the strings Mad Minute and First Blood. A string and the variations sharing the same name? I think they're trying to drill something in there. Fubar is a command grab that has Rambo stab the opponent before body slamming him to the floor like it was a flashback to his fight against Hulk Hogan in a German war camp. What? Amplifying the move amplifies the number of stabbies you deal, which you can choose to not switch sides and let the bloody pincushion flop to the floor. Finally, we have the shoulder roll, which once again replaces the slide kick. But for that slide kick, the Italian Stallion will perform a forward roll that results in a slash, and if you land this slash as a counter or punish, you get a crushing blow that staggers for a full combo. Now you can choose to roll either close, normal or far, and far is like really far, like no one is safe kind of far. But otherwise it doesn't do much, and once that crushing blow is used, there isn't much to it outside of cancelling to get an attack in. Right, let's talk customs. Once again, most of my builds are going to go off one thing as the main catalyst. Commando. No matter what, Commando is the most important variation ability. Those command grab options add so much to his mix-up game, and the one off back 3, nothing is over, really lives up to its name as it is a complete restand with decent advantage when you end with it. Then we have a few options. We have the no-brainer in Snare Trap because more damage ending in a restand is grapes. Hell, subbing Claymore for Commando gives Rambo some CQC options, and we are back to even more grapes. But my all-time favourite setup has to be replacing Drifter's shoulder roll with Mace Trap. Honestly, a grappler with a wicked zone game and some nasty crushing blows is truly a dream come true. You have the best of Drifter with some decent zone potential thanks to your bow and Mace Trap. Seriously, this setup is enough to make Adrian proud. What? Yes, of course I know who Adrian is. It's Sandra Bullock's character from Judge Dredd. Go! No! Go! Get out! No! Get out! Get out! Go on! Please, 3 years of film studies, they think I don't know my Van Damme movies. Okay, that's it for our star-spangled guest characters. This gave you some ideas, and if it did, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, hit the bell thingy, and follow me on the Twitters. Also, feel free to check out some of my other videos, because who knows, you might find something you like. And finally, tune in next time, where he must win, as we time warp into the MK9 and MKX crew. But until that day, this has been Techno Odin. Stay safe, claim skulls, and may the Elder Gods protect you all.